Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Huh?
That doesn't matter. All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn... You must be CYNO. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time... And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you? Hmm?
That's right! We won't just sit back and do nothing!
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, CYNO? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be... On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see...
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my way.
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure you disappear. Since you...
That's following
to
orders.
apply.
New punching bag.
Win strategy. Everybody stand back! Clouds high. The birds come!
You are not welcome here.
Enshroud!
As you wish, mein Fräulein. Regret.
This doesn't... You're in over your head, CYNO. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it. Let's get out of here.
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be... I apologize for bringing you into this dangerous mess. Just being associated with... You should be careful from now on. Sleep with...
Wait, hold on! There's no way...
You'd be surprised. Anyway, just be careful. They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time. Yes. I remember it. I was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time. And I let my guard down after we had closed the case. My superior was injured while protecting me. And we struggled to gain control of the situation.
Whoa! Who could have seen that coming? Was he okay?
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to... His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have the chance to meet him someday. Anyway, our mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you two get hurt.
Don't worry, Paimon will stay alert. We'll see danger coming a mile away!
Good. Don't worry. It won't be long till we're at the bottom of this. And once this is all over, I'll sweep away any other hidden dangers. We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer.
Okay.
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share?
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations.
Okay. Just look around. It's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around.
Watch out. Something's not right about that.
One with nature. Can't see?
Well, Paimon really did.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away. We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are? Stay still. Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharawar. They can use it, but this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get...
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed! Why would it be on him?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier. It was a frantic fight. It's all...
Well, good thing you were...
No. Hold on to it for now. Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to link...
Keep up.
They're back again! How many of them are there? Oz, reveal thyself!
Time to go.
Weird. Is this where the auction is? Yeah, not a single soul.
We didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have... But even so, they still knew we were coming.
Aw, what should we...
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly.
Alright, let's take a good...
Did you find anything?
No, nothing...
It's possible there weren't, but don't worry. I have another idea. You two... Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes far enough from here to make them assume that it's safe to come back.
Oh, Paimon gets it! We'll lure them out because they'll think we've left! Okay, we'll start heading away.
Yes. And don't worry.
Time to go. Time to go.
Ugh, so tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right? Yay. It's probably about time for... Let's go. Maybe...
Time to go.
Oh, looks like CYNO caught someone! So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? Alright, tell Paimon everything you know!
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more—
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, CYNO. If I...
Huh? Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but... I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation... If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you.
All right.
How about my home in Aru Village?
Fine. Let's...
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us!
Come on now. Do you really...
Time to go.
Dad, you're back! Oh, we have guests? Hi there.
This is my daughter, Simin. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to...
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows CYNO in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see CYNO, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Why is that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people. Massive profits have brought everyone together in this business. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, CYNO. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you so bent on putting us out of business?
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits?
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was hoping to ask you for a favor. My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a... Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
Selling canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, CYNO. Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent this...
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you'll find some goods I received just recently. I think
Whoa! Look at all of this!
Yes, all neatly packed away and organized in boxes. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other...
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this? Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra and... I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how the pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal? No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is... Could I ask you for a favor, since all this canned knowledge came from the academia? If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed... But, considering my current status, you'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write...
Sure thing!
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some preparations.
Time to go.
Hello, we meet again. Have you managed to find CYNO? If so... I read the letter, and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so...
It's alright. We wanted to help.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research file's stored away in the restricted... Even I don't usually have authorization to enter. But with this... That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct... However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Follow me. I'll show you. Hopefully we'll...
The restricted repository.
Okay, I understand. Since CYNO is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions. But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. CYNO happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
you found anything yet? Huh. It reminds Paimon of CYNO's former partner.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even CYNO.
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation used to be CYNO's only partner.
Ah, right. I heard CYNO mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Mortada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the Academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of Academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already... Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research. But this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulation.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the Academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death, or even bring the dead back to life, right? Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I... Do you have any questions? If not...
Paimon's kinda confused.
Oh, now that I think about it, CYNO suspected that the canned knowledge... There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe... Don't worry, Taj. I won't let your reputation...
Alrighty then, let's go ask...
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia?
Huh. Well, yes. The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal.
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or...
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Have you seen any...
Huh?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Doesn't alarm. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines, but he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many out.
And you didn't find that suspicious?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it. A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his...
Possible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj... No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must... Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door. Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed, but Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be...
No way. Taj is just like CYNO. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would... Fine.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Time to go.
So, this is Taj's place. They're just...
Well, what should we do then? Do we...
No. Wait. Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to... What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map.
Yes, this is definitely... These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous... I have a feeling that CYNO might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe CYNO will know what to do.
All right, we'll give these to CYNO.
Time to go.
Well, CYNO?
Taj, from what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to...
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I... Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's... That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning, and time is ticking.
Time to go. Time to go.
do this! So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Off we go! Let's light it up! By royal decree!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Look! These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Whoa! Is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Oz revealed by...
Time to go.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first. I'll protect her.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh? Insubordination!
No rest for the wicked.
Wind strike!
Nowhere to run!
Tosh.
Ah, CYNO. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. even faster than I expected.
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have... Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me. Till the day he died, I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures. I'm so close, CYNO. If only you hadn't...
Enough conjecture. What has happened in the end? The treasures you seek.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see them?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last... Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles...
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all. This power is mine!
Clouds high. The birds come! Judgment is upon you.
I will set things as I thought.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be
Uh-oh. We have to stop this!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed...
Huh? What are you...
He never planned on opening the door.
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Murtada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the...
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without but that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would... To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia. If I wished...
So, you pretended to be the one behind...
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too?
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to... You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation. That's an opportunity that I will not let them...
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough. Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebop 4 days from now.
I do worry. Cassie, my... May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Rebot, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so the last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with at first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, CYNO crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by CYNO all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has
Is CYNO alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored. By the way, are you guys here to see CYNO? I think he was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating, but
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Mortada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would see. After Mortada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and
fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much—
CYNO! Tighnari! Oh, so Tighnari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you all—
That's right. CYNO asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Semin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely. And CYNO, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more genius in—
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving a—
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek canned knowledge. So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure—
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you—
But—
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj, but I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the— One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation. By the way, something strange happened a few days ago. A merchant approached me and requested that I cover the cost of a desert travel kit. 1 million. I didn't remember owing anyone more, especially not that kind of amount. So I arrested the merchant. On charge. Do you know anything about this?